Why do bad things happen to good people? Because if life worked like a moral scoreboard, the kind ones would win more often. And yet, you've probably watched the opposite happen. You do the right thing. You stay patient. You stay honest. You try to be a good person, and life still hits you. And I want to say this clearly right up front. Some of what happened to you was unfair, undeserved, and you didn't attract it by thinking wrong. This video is about something else. It's about leverage. Because if life is feedback, then you can change the signal, and life starts changing what it sends back. Most of us grow up with an unspoken belief. If I'm good, I'll be protected. If I do the right things, life will reward me. If I'm kind, God will keep the chaos away. Even people who aren't religious carry this idea. It's not really about church, it's about fairness. And when bad things happen to good people, it creates this painful confusion. Is God punishing me? Is this a test? Did I do something wrong? And for a lot of people, the usual answers don't feel satisfying when you're the one suffering. But what if the problem isn't that you're good? What if the problem is the assumption that life is primarily moral? What if reality is mostly mechanical? And that sounds cold until you realize what it means. It means the system isn't against you. It means the system is learnable. Here's a way to understand God without turning this into a debate. Imagine the ocean, endless water, unlimited. Now imagine you scoop some of that ocean into an empty bottle. That bottle isn't the ocean itself, but the substance inside it is the same substance. The bottle holds ocean water, not ocean power, but it's real. It's still the ocean's nature. This is the idea of God both within you and beyond you. Within you as consciousness, as awareness, as the part of you that can observe your own thoughts, emotions, patterns, and beyond you as the structure of reality, as laws, as cause and effect, as principles that keep moving whether you believe in them or not. So when people say God, they often imagine a personality, a judge, a parent, a mood, but there's another way to see it. God as the highest level of intelligence, the highest frequency, the underlying substance of reality, not only a being that chooses, but a force that responds, and that changes the whole question. A moral universe says, be good and good will happen to you. A mechanical universe says, what you experience depends on how you operate. Gravity doesn't care if you're a good person. Fire doesn't care if you're modest. Electricity doesn't care if you're shy. They're not evil, they're not kind, they're consistent. And if divine power exists like that, then it's not a moral scoreboard. It's a blind intelligence, not heartless, impartial. That's why Scripture repeatedly points toward impartiality. In Acts 10:34, it says God shows no partiality. And in Matthew 5:45, the message is basically this: the sun rises and the rain falls on everyone. Reality doesn't only respond to goodness, reality responds to alignment. And this is where people get stuck. They think suffering proves they're not good enough. But in a mechanical universe, suffering doesn't prove you're unworthy. It proves you're interacting with laws you don't fully understand yet. And that's good news, because if it's mechanical, you can change outcomes without becoming a worse person. You don't need to become cruel, you need to become whole. Now here's the part most people don't want to hear, but it explains a lot. The difference between good and bad people in daily life outcomes often isn't morality, it's self-concept. A lot of bad people walk through life with a dangerous belief: I'm powerful, I deserve, I can take space, I can demand. And a lot of good people walk through life with a quiet belief: I shouldn't be too much, I don't want to bother anyone, I'll take what I can get, I'm not sure I deserve more. They call it humility, but sometimes it's not humility. Sometimes it's a wound wearing a halo, and you hear it in the language. It will happen if it's written. I don't want to push. I'm not that important. I'm okay, really. Others need it more than me. That's not kindness. That's self-erasure. And the universe doesn't reward self-erasure. People don't reward it either, because life responds to what you accept as normal. So here's the distinction. Kindness is love with boundaries. Niceness is fear with a smile. Kindness can say no. Niceness apologizes for existing. And if you are consistently good in the niceness way, you become a magnet for unfairness. Not because God hates you, because your signal tells life and people, I will tolerate less than. You've seen this person. They're the coworker who always covers shifts and gets overlooked for promotion. They're the friend who always listens but never feels heard. They're the one who forgives instantly, while the other person never changes. They keep showing up with a good heart, but they keep paying for it. And they don't even know why, because they think the problem is bad luck, when the real problem is what their identity is broadcasting. Let's ground this. When people talk about frequency, some think it's mystical, but your nervous system is frequency. Your state becomes your signal. If your nervous system is stuck in shame, hypervigilance, or people-pleasing, your body becomes an antenna for threat. Your voice softens, your posture collapses, your eye contact breaks, your decisions slow down. You over-explain, you hesitate before claiming space. And you might think nobody notices, but humans are pattern recognition machines. They feel it, and life feels it too, because life responds to action and clarity. A dysregulated nervous system creates a certain kind of good person, the one who gives easily, but receives with guilt, the one who stays humble, but secretly believes they're not allowed to have more. So, bad luck becomes a pattern, not consciously, mechanically. So here are 3 mechanisms that make life look unfair, especially to good people. Mechanism 1. Boundaries. People test boundaries, not always because they're evil, because humans negotiate. If your boundaries are unclear, you get negotiated down. If you don't protect your time, someone will spend it. If you don't value yourself, someone will take the discount. Mechanism 2. Attention. Your self-concept becomes a filter. You don't see reality as it is, you see reality as you are. If you believe I'm not safe, you notice threats. If you believe I don't deserve, you notice rejection. If you believe good things don't last, you brace for collapse and act like collapse is coming. It's not magic, it's attention. And attention drives behavior. Mechanism 3. Permission. You receive at the level you feel permitted to receive, not what you want, what you feel allowed to have. This is why people can pray and visualize and still block the outcome, because the desire is loud, but the permission is quiet and deep. And it's also why Ecclesiastes 9:11 says, time and chance happen to everyone. Randomness hits all of us. But the difference is what happens after. Some people rebuild higher, others collapse into identity, not because they're worse, because they never learned the mechanisms. Here's the upgrade that changes everything. Receiving is a skill. Most good people are trained to give, to be helpful, to be considerate, to be the one who understands. But they are not trained to receive. They deflect compliments. They minimize their needs. They feel guilty when someone helps them. They overthink asking for anything. And then they wonder why life feels like struggle. Because life responds to openness. Receiving is not greed. Receiving is permission. And when your identity says, I have to earn everything, or if I receive, I'm selfish, then even when good things show up, you subconsciously shut the door. So no, this video is not telling you to become a worse person. We don't need more bad behavior. We need good people who are strong, good people who are regulated, boundaried, clear, available. So here are 3 shifts you can start today, not to manifest, but to change how you operate. Shift 1, from modest to grounded. I can be humble and still expect respect. You don't have to be loud, you don't have to be arrogant, but you do have to stop shrinking. Shift 2, from if it's written to I participate. Faith without participation becomes avoidance. I trust life, and I also move, because the mechanical universe responds to motion. Shift 3, from proving to permission. I receive without proving. Not because you're special, because you're part of the ocean. You're not separate from the source. Here's a simple practice that trains receiving fast. Today, accept one compliment without deflecting. Just say, "Thank you." Ask for one thing without over-explaining. One sentence, then silence. And when something good happens, don't immediately brace for it to be taken away. Let your nervous system learn a new normal. So why do bad things happen to good people? Sometimes, because life is random. Time and chance happen to everyone. Sometimes, because people test boundaries, and the kindest people often have the weakest ones. Sometimes, because a good self-concept can secretly be a low self-concept. And in a mechanical universe, low self-concept doesn't get protected. It gets reflected. But here's the hope. Bad things happening doesn't mean you're cursed. It doesn't mean God is against you. It means life is feedback. And you can change the signal, change the way you look at life, so that life changes the way it looks at you.